Hi, you guys. Welcome back for our daily practice questions. As always, I like to first introduce myself and go over my disclaimer before getting started with our questions for today. So, for those of you who are familiar with me, hey, y'all. For those of you who are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Dr. Brittany Weinstock. I am a family nurse practitioner, and I am the founder and CEO of the Nursing Studio. I provide resources, tools, review courses, review videos, review books, one on one sessions, Q banks, and more to assist nurses as well as nurse practitioners with success on your boards as well as in practice. I've been doing this since 2015, assisting nurses and nurse practitioners internationally with exam success. Now, y'all know I always like to go over my disclaimer reminder that we know there's no absolutes in medicine. We treat on a patient by patient basis, and any of the questions that you see here, I have designed and created based on the current guidelines that are being tested on the ANCC as well as AAMP exam. Now, any of my review videos where I'm teaching on things that we can currently do in practice, I will always say that so there's no confusion. So, with that being said, let's get into question number one for today. All right, you guys, we're continuing our derm series. So, question number one states the nurse practitioner has diagnosed the patient with cellulitis. All of the following are first line therapy options except is it A, amoxicillin, B, cephalexin, C, dicloxacillin, or D, ceftriaxone? Take a moment and tell me what you got in the comments, you guys. All right, you guys. So, I always recommend reading the stem of the question first, as it allows you to slow down to ensure you're answering what is being asked of you. So, here the stem of the question states all of the following are first line therapy options except. So, if it says except in the stem, we're looking for the incorrect answer, right? Highlight that word, write incorrect to the side, whatever you need to do, because when we're starting to think through and process through information that we have and determine what the question is really asking and what our answers are and processing the answers, we often can forget that we're looking for the incorrect, and you start to think of the correct answer, right? So make those notes so that you are not making careless mistakes on exam day, right? So let's go through. So amoxicillin, is this an option, a first line option for the treatment of cellulitis? Yes, it is. Cephalexin, aka Keflex, is also a first line option. Dicloxacillin is also a first line option. Ceftriaxone, aka Rocephin, is not. So D is your best answer. All right, question number two. The nurse practitioner is prescribing treatment for a patient diagnosed with cellulitis, but notes a penicillin allergy in the patient's chart. What is the best treatment at this time? Is it A, a macrolide, B, a cephalosporin, C, a tetracycline, or D, a sulfonamide? Take a moment and tell me what you got in the comments, y'all. All right, so stem of the question here states, what is the best treatment at this time? So, I always tell you if the stem of the question is asking you about a treatment, you want to run it back and see if they have provided you with a diagnosis. And if they have not provided you with a diagnosis, you want to run it back a step further and look at the assessment findings so that you're able to determine a diagnosis. Here, the diagnosis has been provided. It says that the nurse practitioner is prescribing treatment for a patient diagnosed with cellulitis. All right, so great. We have this. So you're thinking about the treatment options. And, we just spoke on first line therapy options. So, your amoxicillin, your dicloxacillin, your Keflex, things of that nature are first line therapy, right? But it also notes that the patient has a penicillin allergy listed in the chart. All right. So, what is your second line therapy then if there's somebody who has a penicillin allergy for for cellulitis? For someone who has cellulitis and they have a penicillin allergy, the next treatment option is a macrolide. So, A is your best answer. These are the guidelines. I only tell y'all about guidelines so that when you're testing, that's what they're testing on. Okay. I know we can do variances in practice, but for board purposes, I'm going strictly on what they're going to be testing you and the guidelines that are followed. Okay. So you know that you can do like your amoxicillin, you can do your Keflex. But remember, penicillin allergies, I always say, we combine penicillin and cephalosporins. I always say they're cousins. So if you have a strong allergy to penicillin, then you don't want to prescribe the cephalosporins either. So we're not going to do our Keflex. We're not going to do the penicillin. So our first line therapies are not going to be options. So the next line is your macrolides, like your azithromycin or your clarithromycin. Remembering macrolides and then myosin. If you struggle with your antibiotics, go check out my antibiotic videos. All right, and lastly, question number 3. A patient presents to the office with complaints of a cat bite to their left leg. Upon exam, the nurse practitioner notes bites to the left leg with noted redness. What is the best treatment at this time? Is it A, doxycycline, B, augmentin, C, Bactrim, or D, azithromycin? Take a moment to tell me what you got. All right, so stem of the question here states, what is the best treatment at this time? So what do we do, y'all? If they're asking for a treatment in the stem, run it back and look at the diagnosis. See if they have provided you with the diagnosis. If not, run it back a step further and look at the assessment findings. So here, it's a bite. It's a cat bite, right? On exam, the nurse practitioner has confirmed this cat bite with some redness noted. So how do we treat bites? B, augmentin, right? I always tell you, animal bites, pet bites, animal pet. Animal bites, human bites, we treat with augmentin. Animals and pets. Lord. But yes, animal bites and human bites, we treat with augmentin, okay? All right, you guys. I hope you found this helpful. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share with whomever you may think may find this beneficial as well. But y'all know what to do. Y'all make sure y'all meet me back here. And if you need any of the resources that I do offer, feel free to reach out to the Nursing Studio by giving us a call at 803-400-6864. You can also shoot a text message to this number or shoot us an email to the nursing studio, the number 1 at gmail.com. Now, the things that I do offer are my review book. You can get it in an ebook or paperback option. They're both linked in the bio of this channel. If you're someone who prefers to review independently, my self-paced review course designed for family and adult Gero is also linked in the bio of this channel. If you need to do some practice questions to gauge and test your knowledge and see your scores with video rationale, my QBank options are linked in the bio of this channel. And y'all know if you're looking to book any one-on-one sessions with me, I always say reach out by either calling, texting, or email so that we can gauge what you truly need as I offer various one-on-one options. And I like to make sure it is aligned with what your goals are to be successful on boards and where you currently are as far as studying and learning. Okay. All right, you guys, as always, y'all know what to do. Make sure you meet me back here. Happy studying. Bye, y'all.